our viewers as well. It's been a good handover coming in from global markets because take a look at Wall Street. Very good performance coming Wall Street. You have the Dow that was higher by about 0.2%, but let me just throw some interesting numbers at you. The Dow Jones has seen its strongest first half in the last 5 years. We are 6 months into the year with 6 months to go. So in terms of that, the Dow was up about 9% in the first 6 months. So very strong first half, the strongest move seen in the last 5 years. The S&P in the first half was up 9.6%. Good move coming over there, while on the intraday basis yesterday it was higher by about 0.8. Nasdaq has done wonderfully well for itself in the first half. While it was up 1.5% last evening, it was up 12.8% in the first half of this calendar year. What's really interesting is that the real strength from the US market has been seen in the broader end of the market, because the Russell 2000 was up 22% in the first 6 months of the year, and this is the best first half that the Russell 2K has logged in since 1991. So yes, the war impact, the volatility in crude, all of that has been digested by the market rather well, and despite that, you've best first half for the Russell 2K since 1991. So while that's on the US, some macro points. US job additions for the month of May were in line with estimates, so the macros are also looking good right now for the US. Let's just focus and talk about the European markets last evening. You've got good moves over there as well, because Stock 600 was up about 0.9%, DAX up 1.5%, FTSE was flat, while CAC was also up about 0.5%. So that's the kind of move that we've seen coming in across the European markets as well. The reason why the global handover has been looking so optimistic, at least from the US and Europe, is that we've got some notifications coming in from Doha, wherein US and Iran were meeting not with each other directly, but with intermediaries, and the commentary so far has been positive, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Shifting focus, and speaking of Asia this morning, Australia continues to be under pressure, 0.5% cut over there. It's Nikkei that's up 0.3%, which is surprising that the market is holding on to some gains above the 70,000 mark, because if I take a look at what the yen is doing, the yen has weakened to a fresh 40 low versus the dollar at 162.28. So that's a very big negative coming in, but the markets are slightly holding on to the shade of green, 0.3% higher. Let's speak about Hang Seng. That's low by 0.6%. Shanghai is up 0.6%, and some macro data from China. The rating dog PMI was also in line on the manufacturing front, so looking good on those terms as well. While that's a list of all the global equities that we've been tracking, let's take a look at some commodities. Oil, on the back of the talks that we heard coming in from Doha. Crude is Brent rather is up 0.4% at 73.2. WTI is up 0.5%, but still continues to be under that $70 per barrel mark. It's the precious metals that saw a little bit of turnaround, but once again have seen a little bit of pullback as well, because gold continues to trade lower by 1% and is just shy of that $4,000 an ounce mark. Silver, on the other side, is lower by 3%, so the cut over there continues, and 57.7 is where silver is. So while that sums up global equities as well as commodities, just taking you through some updates that we've seen coming in, global comments or otherwise. First up, watch out for Indian IT today, because Anthropic is saying that the US has lifted export controls on Anthropic's AI models, Mythos 5 and Fable 5, which were earlier curbed due to national concerns. Shifting focus to the commentary coming in from Doha, we've got agencies reporting that Iranian parliament speaker and top negotiator Mohammad Kalibaf says that sovereignty of the Strait of Hormuz lies with Iran and Oman, and traffic in the strait is according to the arrangement that Iran will specify. He's saying that release of $12 billion in frozen Iranian funds is in progress. Iran oil sanctions have been lifted, and they are selling oil at 20% higher price. So that's the commentary coming in from there. From agencies, we also understand that Qatar PM has discussed the US-Iran MOU with Witkoff and Kushner. That's the latest update from there. PM Modi on this development, he's tweeted that he spoke with President of Iran, and he welcomes the talks' progress, and he hopes for lasting peace. Lastly, we've got some Federal Reserve commentary also coming in from Cleveland President Beth Hammack, who says that AI may lead to inflation, and she's still keeping an open mind as she attends Fed meetings, and she believes that Fed rate hikes will have to be on the cards. The Fed will have to consider this, and they can't be restrictive enough with their policy. So that's a sum of all the global equities, commodities and comments that we've been tracking. Back to you.